Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making a scarf using my Sentro 48 pin machine, casting on at the moment using the waste yarn. The scarf eventually measures 140 centimetres and 17 centimetres wide. That works out 305 rows with the pattern of 25 rows of the main colour, which in this case is vanilla, followed by 10 rows of the multicolour, which is a glittery multicolour, so sort of brings out the design, and keep repeating that. So almost finished casting on the waste yarn at the moment. Adding the waste yarn is good because it does give you a, when you crochet at the end to close off the join, it's a nice finish. So this is the, it's a Women's Institute double knit yarn in a vanilla colour. Got that from Hobbycraft. I think most retailers sell that. So just adding that in now. I always go very carefully for the first few stitches and make sure I haven't dropped any. And I have a counter because I found that the counter on my machine doesn't work properly, which is a bit frustrating, but it's just a way around it. I keep my wool in a box on the floor. I haven't tried any of the wool holders yet. I guess that will be something for the future. So we'll just keep going through with this. Bit of speeding up of time, just so it's not too boring to watch. So finishing with the 25th row, cutting off the vanilla yarn and about to add my multicoloured one. So there is a slight glitter in that, you'll see that. I always like using a multicoloured. I use a sort of mid-tension for these, just keep the tension the same. That works quite well. And there's my counter. Just got that from Amazon. I think I got the multicoloured yarn from Amazon as well. So 10 rows of that. I'm making hand knitting some fingerless gloves as well to go with this, and no doubt I'll do a beanie hat as well, so we'll have the full set. So we've attached a new yarn and cut off the old, I always put a double knot in just to secure it, and then when I make it up I double check that before closing off the scarf. It's a really hot day at the moment, so I have got my shorts on, so I do apologise if you get to see any of my legs. The glittery yarn is quite static, but it's okay to work with, and it didn't drop any stitches. It's the first time I've used it, so I was very pleased with that. So we've done 10 rows of the multicoloured, and now doing 25 rows of the main colour, the vanilla. Just finishing off the last of the multicoloured rows. 281 rows completed. So adding in the last vanilla rows now to finish off the scarf. That's the scarf done. Just needing to do 4 or 5 rows of waste yarn, which will protect the stitches while we take the scarf off the machine and then secure them with a crochet hook. I don't do crocheting, I'm afraid. I'm a knitter. It's one of the things I've never been able to learn, but I find just securing this at the end is quite straightforward. It's not really crocheting, it's just pulling the stitches, looping the stitches together so they don't fall out. It's always satisfying when you get to this point and the scarf comes off the machine all in one. Right, this is the finished scarf. So to secure the ends, just need to get it the right way and get the right corner. So where the wool ends, that's one end. Lining the stitches up, because I'm going to loop one into the other to get to the other end, and then I can start securing it. I'm a bit slow, so bear with. Going into one, going to the top, bringing the top under that one, going down to the bottom, bringing the bottom one under that stitch. Saddle drawer is slow, and then back up to the top again. Apologies if you can hear the birds in the background, it's feeding time. Making sure you don't miss any of the loops. Don't want to lose any stitches at this final stage. So when you get to the end, you've done all the stitches. That's the last one, I believe. Then pull the loop through, and that will secure that. You can do an extra stitch in a minute, and just check that I haven't missed any of the loops, because now would be the time to unpick it and redo that. So the next stage will be to remove the waste yarn. So the waste yarn has gone, leaving a nice finished edge, and you've just got the one loop which you can stitch back into the centre. Because it's a tube, it can be hidden in there. You can do an extra stitch if you want, just to doubly secure it. So turning the scarf inside out, just to check all of the ends to make sure that I tied them securely as we were actually stitching the scarf, and then just trim them back a bit. Just turned my scarf the right way round. So I'm going to lay this out with the finished end flat. Then I'm going to check how the pattern goes so that I get the correct line in to get the other end closed off. Stretching out the scarf as I need to make sure that it's all the same width and not overstretching in the length. I'm really pleased with the way this scarf has come out. And I do like the multicoloured bit. So close off this end in the same way that we did the other end. That's the scarf now finished. Just needs to add the Neens Designs tag on the bottom of the scarf.